Hey everybody! Hi everyone, welcome to Brush with Artists. My name is Mary Manzano. I am the Chief Imagineer of Artstock PH, and we are here once again for our Brush with Artists Season 2, Episode 4. And for today, we are joined by our three artists as well as my co moderator every week, who is our Chief Curator. Let me just add her to the stream now. Hey Fab.
Hi everyone.
Everybody, this is Fabrian Morales. I'm just changing background here. This is
Oh,
Fabrian
lovely.
Morales, and she's the chief curator of Artstyle PH, and is also the curator responsible for our newest collection called Electric Youth. All right, say hello,
Hi
Fab.
everyone. Hello. Hello. Thank you for joining us again for another episode of Brush with Artists. And just like what Mary mentioned earlier, Brush with Artists is our weekly live conversation with our artists about their creative processes, about their life, and about their art that is part of our exhibition. So last week we were joined by Cancan Ramos, Juert Asejo, and Jean Rose Gomez, and we had a really fun conversation about the influence of advertising and design to their artistic processes, and I really had fun. That's a very insightful episode that we had. And this week
Mm,
we will be joined by three more artists from Electric Youth. So we will be joined by Ivy Pangilinan, Leon Storm, and Cabnov.
we're hoping that Ivy will be able to join us. Ivy's still not in our backstage, but I
Oh,
think
okay.
she's about to join very soon. Okay, Ivy, good luck on your internet. I think that was the problem the last time. So, anyway, for everybody who is watching right now, hello and good evening. We are currently live on Facebook, on YouTube Live, as well as on Periscope. So, if you're a Twitter fan and you like Periscope or Twitter Live, we're also live there. So, you can just follow us on those three streams. So, let me push my screen over here, or maybe before anything, that we just go ahead and push our artist onto the stream right now. So I've got Kavnov, Danny, hello. And also I have Leanne Storm. Give me 1 second and I'll remove this banner right here so that we
Hello,
can.
everybody.
Hello.
Hey,
Hi.
guys.
Hope
Just want
everybody.
to check how's everyone doing?
Doing great, actually. The I had a really nice walk earlier, which is good because it was raining earlier. How's everyone? I'm happy to see. I'm happy to see both of you. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's good
Yeah,
to see you too.
exactly.
And
What?
I'm so happy to announce that Ivy is now in the backstage. Let me also add her to our stream.
Yay!
Yay! Yahoo! Hi, Ivy.
Hi,
Nice to meet
sorry.
you.
Hi, Ivy.
Hello, how are
I'm
you?
extending, as I mentioned earlier, happy to see you after a while. And Ivy, to our audience who's watching, who's joined us tonight, Ivy wasn't at the exhibit opening when we did the launch for Electric Youth. But this time we're going to be asking her more questions about her art
Oh, that's
that
nice.
is yeah, which is really beautiful, and this time it's gonna be coming from her. So
Yeah.
let's
All
start
right.
our let's start that.
So
Let's start
everybody,
with
you can
Ivy.
see on the ticker, you can see on the ticker down below that we do have a presentation for this live stream, and it's going to be available at bit.ly/BWAS2E4. So you'll be seeing it there at the ticker down below. So just in case you want to, view the presentation in your own computers and maybe click on the links there to get to the website and buy the art, then go ahead and do that. Let me share my screen now. Give me a second. It's difficult when you are both the technical person and the host.
The host and the
I think All right, everybody. So again, we have our season 3, episode 4, and for today we are going to be discussing nature and music. That is our theme, and we will find out in
Mhm.
a few why that is so. But firstly, Fab, maybe you can go ahead and introduce our artists once again. Okay, starting with Kadnab.
Cabnov.
Go ahead.
Okay, so
Mhm.
Cabnov is a multidisciplinary artist who shifts between the Philippines and New Zealand. I see her smiling. Her body of work is often inspired by visual fragmentation of lo-fi music. She produces psychedelic trippy imagery that pulls people in. And I've seen her art in person. I've seen large scale paintings of Kavnov, and they are really something that would draw you in. So later, she will be talking more about her artwork for Electric Youth.
Yeah, yeah. Danny, are you slated to go back to New Zealand anytime soon, or are
At the
you staying
moment,
here?
sorry. At the
Yeah,
moment,
go ahead.
not really, because I have a lot of projects here in the Philippines, and also I have a lot of businesses that I'm planning to do here. So right now, I'm focusing only here in the Philippines, and later on, I can go back to New Zealand anytime. Yes.
Yeah, here is where the money is. There. Okay, Fab. We'll go back to Kabnov in a bit, and
Yeah.
let me just move on to Ivy.
Ivy. So Ivy's work is a visual narrative of intuitive balance that can be summed up by two main languages: color and contrast. So color that conveys emotions through experimentation in hue combinations, contrast expressed through the juxtaposition of all of the above elements. When you see Ivy's pieces, it reminds you so much of nature. It's very organic. It flows. So later, I'd love for Ivy to talk more about her piece for Electric Youth, which is something that I've been looking forward to for this season.
Yeah, we
Because
always felt like butterfly.
during the launch, during the launch we missed her, but yeah, definitely looking forward to hear what she has to say about this.
Yes. So before we move on to our third artist, everybody who's watching right now, you can put in your comments at the comment box, and we'll be happy to ask them for our artists today. So this is your chance, guys. We're going to be together for an hour. So please
Mhm.
go ahead and put your
Oh my
questions in the
god.
comment box. There, 1 hour. Kaya mo yan. And last but not the least, we have
Who?
Lian.
Lance, like Psytrance. Leanne Storm is an artist known for her signature psytrance influence visual style. And I've worked with Leanne Storm in many other projects in the past. And
Yeah.
she's been very consistent with her visual style. Every time you see her piece, it reminds you of dreams and being high. So later
Okay.
she will talk more about her piece that is influenced by psytrance and also influenced by all other different happenings this year. So
Mm.
mhm,
Yeah.
yeah,
Kinda. Kinda.
Ayan. So
yeah.
there. So
So
I haven't really heard Ivy speak. So Ivy, I'd like you to introduce yourself muna. There. And nainggit ako sa balat mo, by the way.
I
It's kind of
know.
some.
I was controlling myself from saying that. Oh my gosh, you're so tan.
Oh my gosh.
Galing dagat.
I'll remove my ring light para hindi ako masyadong maputi. Yung yellow light, para ano, palitan natin. Ayan o. Oo, oo.
Nice.
Okay, that's
Okay, go
okay.
Ivy.
I know.
Baka sa life ko lang din yun. But
Yeah.
anyway, thank you guys for having me. So I guess a background on my work. I actually my background is in design. So I've been a graphic designer for over 10 years since college. So from design, I worked in agencies. Um, I worked in advertising agency and then I went freelance around 4 years after being in the corporate world. Like that's the first time that I really went um, like the independent route, the independent creative route. And then after, like so that was in 2015 and then since then I've been I've
Hey.
I think
Okay.
we lost Ivy.
We lost Ivy. Let me just take her out for now. Ayan. Since we haven't seen both Tabnov and the answer for a while. Ayan. So a while ago, before we started our stream, me and Danny were actually talking about touring a place where we can't see in a while. Well, I can't anyway. So uh, tell me more about your new projects, Danny.
My new projects, I mean, incoming projects are focuses more on sculpture because that's the thing
Mhm.
that I really want to be into. Like, I want to create
Mhm.
things that I haven't done before, and I want it to be for interior houses like chandeliers and also designer
Mm.
toys. That's what I'm
Mhm.
focusing at the moment. I'm doing right now. Yes, and also
Yeah.
probably
Okay.
this year I'm doing probably a solo show. Yes.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Nice.
So, our one of our co-founders, Cam, couldn't be here with us tonight, but she did send us a few questions for the three of you. And for you, Danny, she actually has a question. She said, "Heard you have been doing murals along Pasig River. How long have you worked on it, and how is that experience?" Hi, Cam. By the way, if you're watching.
Hi, Cam.
Actually, I did two murals for Pasig River. The first mural
Mhm.
that I did, it really took me a while to finish because the thing is, it doesn't have a platform and you have to
Mhm.
improvise. And it takes me, I think, at least 2 weeks to finish the
Okay.
mural. And
All right.
the latest one that I've done, it takes me 4 days to
Mhm.
finish the latest one.
How
But
big is it?
also, it's 500 square meters. So imagine, like, yes, it's really big. Um, Imagine a football field, but half of it.
I can
So
imagine. It's big.
yeah,
So it's
that's
a
how big it is.
those that's half a kilometer length
Yes,
by
I
the
think
side
so.
of the river. Wow. Okay. Yeah,
And
I
it's
think
really,
I
yeah,
saw
and
some photos.
yes, the latest one is actually really high, like 26 feet high. So also with that, I'm not really scared of heights, but the thing is, the improvisation of the platform, it really scares me because I never stepped on those things before. So yeah,
Mhm.
New experiences.
yeah.
Nice.
I think murals, like if you're doing murals, it takes you places to the like takes you to some places that you never been and
Mhm.
experiences that you'll really remember.
I see.
Yeah.
That is true.
Mhm.
Has this been unveiled or it's still
Actually,
ongoing?
it's still ongoing because some of the artists is just starting and because
Mm-mm.
the weather is not really stable. It's raining
Mhm.
and then it's like good day, and also most of the artists that's included on the list is scared of the COVID. So I don't know what
Yeah,
they're waiting for, but
totally
yeah,
valid.
yes.
I
Amazing.
see. Yeah,
Amazing.
but I'm
Congrats.
still kind of amazed that you did something so huge, so in such a
Yeah,
short amount of time, you know. But I
especially
guess this is what you
in
do.
design.
Pero ito talaga this is really your forte, right?
Yeah, it
Murals.
is. I think murals is my forte rather than the canvases, because the
Mhm.
canvases I'm just starting to get to know it. But with the
Mm-mm.
Mhm.
murals, it's like it's my thing since I'm in New Zealand, and I travel Asia. I mean Thailand, and paint a mural there as well. So every
Mm-mm.
experiences of painting a mural, it teaches me something new, and then I work more faster because I'm familiar with the um, characters or the forms that that you always see through my work.
Mm-mm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Good. Nice. Very nice. Speaking of travel and art,
Yes.
Leanne also travels and join exhibitions international. I think you all have you done a mural also abroad, Leanne? I think you did, no?
Mm, not really. It was just a live art.
Or
Wow. Okay.
Live
it's
art.
live art.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like, can you
Not
yeah,
really mural,
can you
just
tell us about
canvas.
your
It
can you tell
was
us about live art experience outside of the country?
yeah, it was during Dungism. It's called Dungism plus
Mm-mm.
in Malaysia in Pahang. So they were promoting their culture, and so it's a very small town around like probably 2 hours away from Kuala Lumpur, and
Mm-mm.
they're what to achieve is promote their arts and culture in the local community, like promote it to everyone else. So they invited people to join them in their
Mhm.
particular province. And so what I did is I just attended their talks and did some live art. I was somewhat a guest, so at that event. So yeah, I did a little bit of live painting, and then I attended the art talk, just a little bit of talk, sharing sharing to everybody what it's like to be an artist in the Philippines and stuff like that.
Mm. That's really cool. That's really
So
cool.
if
And
you're
that's
going to really think about it, if they asked you like, what is it like to be an artist in the Philippines, and we're all girls here, and we've discussed this before, what is it like to be an artist in the Philippines for you?
Um, for me, I live in my own world. So I don't really care. I don't really care about the outside world.
that's
I have my own world really. Like I make
that's
sure, yeah. So I make sure that if I have
that's
my
pretty
own goal. Sorry, what's that?
that's pretty accurate. Like I'm your friend, and I know that yes, she does live in their own little bubble.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and so it helps me a lot because I tend to focus more as
Mhm.
opposed to caring about what other people will say or caring what's the
Yeah.
current um, status of the art world, etc. So
Mhm.
yes, you'll be able to create more if you stay there. If you're just focused on what you can do, what you want to do, and don't care about whatever
Yeah.
people will say.
That's
Totally
good
makes
because
sense.
you can then, yeah, and you can then focus on your own stuff. So I've got another, like I said a while ago, I've got a question from Cam for all, um, not for all three of you, for you, Leanne. She said,
Hey, there's a pause.
Okay, did Mary pause?
Yeah.
Okay, she paused this time. While we have Ivy, could you continue what you were saying earlier? Please introduce yourself to our audience. I'm I really want to hear you talk.
Okay. Sorry, PLDT is really bad.
I also have PLDT.
Oh my
Wow.
god. Yeah, Michelle. But yeah, may interruption eh. But anyway, so yeah, I don't know where I paused earlier, but I think I was saying my background is in design, and then after freelancing for a couple years in design, I actually only parang started painting like maybe three years ago, like intentionally, and it was born
Yeah.
out of this need to do something with my hands because I
Mm.
was always on my computer, like working for myself, um,
Mm-hmm.
working digitally. Like I was always on my computer, and parang I needed to do something different, something more where I could be involved more, like my being, like my physical being. And then I was already doing digital art at the time, but then parang it wasn't enough for me. I needed to really find a thing that I could immerse myself in. So that's when I started painting, and I think I think parang I only considered painting because there was one time that I got it because I was sharing my digital art on my Instagram. So I had like my circles knew that I was doing that kind of thing, and I had a friend who was working for a gallery, and they were doing an exhibit. Tapos yun just invited me. And then I thought, okay, for that exhibit, maybe I'll just do a painting. And that was the first painting I'd ever done, ever. And it started na from there. Like, parang I realized how freeing it was to, parang I discovered the joy of that different art form. So parang I was just channeling like the creativity that I had into another art form, and it opened up a whole new world for me.
Yeah.
So that's I guess my origin story. Yeah.
So
That's beautiful.
I was gone for a little bit a while ago, so I don't know if Leanne was able to answer my question. But for Ivy, have you ever used one of your artworks in a design?
Yeah, yeah. Actually, that's what's interesting about what I do because I still do design. Like I'm still a designer and I still take on design work. But now that I'm sharing my art on my Instagram, then my the people who find me, they know that I do that. And sometimes, like actually, a lot of the time, that's what they request for when they hire me to do, for example, branding. Parang they want to incorporate that um, the abstract paintings into their brand. So I like that pag parang nagkaka-intersection in both my disciplines.
Mhm.
So
That's nice. That's nice. Ayan. So I'm gonna go back to Leanne. I don't know. Did you answer this a while ago when I was gone? So I was gone momentarily.
No, she did.
So this was Cam's question. How did you start listening to psytrance, and how does it influence your art?
Well, I just discovered. I think it was way back. I don't know what year was it, but I heard infected mushroom. So I'm not sure if you're familiar with that, but it's underground sound. So I didn't know what's the genre at first, but I just liked it. You know, the moment I like so good, and it's so unique. Like it's not like any other music that I've heard before, and so yeah. And then I found out eventually that it's called psytrance.
Mhm.
So in the beginning, I just used it as a background on my website. Um, my old website used to suck, but I used it as a background. And oh my god, I miss you guys. I've been seeing people in person.
Me
See?
too.
Yeah, but anyway, so that was a story. Like, and then a few years later, I sort of discovered its culture. Like, there's a electronic dance music culture and how unique it is. It's still underground till now,
Mm-mm.
so not really like even the people who loves electronic dance music, you know, are not really
Yeah.
into it. So
Yeah.
it's so underground till this point that it's only
You're
for
right.
those
Yeah.
who like the sound of it. And
Mm.
that's how it all began. I discovered its culture, and so when I saw it, and when I saw, it's different, and then I just sort of incorporated it in my art style. So
Mm.
Mm-mm.
that's how it all began.
That's nice.
Mm.
Ayan. Now let me start because I'm looking at the time and I'm almost 30 minutes in, and I just would like
Oh
to
yeah.
um, just start discussing the art that was part of Electric
Yes,
Youth.
please.
So
Yes.
let me start with Party Trick by Cabnov. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is kind of a smaller piece, right? It's smaller than
Mm-mm.
some of the pieces that I've seen you do, right?
Actually, I'm focusing more of like the smaller piece right
Mhm.
now rather than bigger piece because the thing is, um, my head go all over the place if I do a really big piece. So I feel like if I have smaller pieces,
Mhm.
connect more or understand what it is, then I feel like
Yeah.
that's much better than a bigger piece. So yeah.
It's easy to finish as well.
Yeah. I am interested in the fact that sometimes I'm confused about the borders of Party Trick. That it looked like there was a border behind it and then you painted on top of the borders. Was that deliberate? Or is that really something that you always do?
No, actually, this is one of the newest thing that I do right now. I use a border at the same time. It kind of looked like it's coming out of the painting or the portrait or the
Yeah, I
canvas.
Mm.
was
What
gonna
I
say that.
want, yeah, what I want to do right now with all of the paintings that I do. I want to create the border at the same time. It feels like it's coming out of the picture.
Mhm.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yeah, so that it's really interesting to see it because it does look like it's. I'm looking at the side because the screen is currently shared in my TV. So I'm looking at it and it's really huge right
A
now.
better view.
Hmm. Yeah, it's really
There, so
small.
I noticed that this is also a recurring theme for you for some of your artwork. So can you
Mm-mm.
tell me a little bit more about this theme that you have that you normally paint on?
Are you asking what is the piece all about?
Yeah, what the piece all about? And I see this character as well. The character that you use, I've seen it before. So
Yes, because I actually this character is showing the culture of New Zealand at the time, and I want
Mm.
to showcase the Maori aspect because I know in the Philippines they don't know a lot of Maori culture, and because I grew up in New Zealand and all of my mates are Maoris, they share me some photos and I get interested in them, and I was like, I want to turn this into something that people will really like, and it's like child friendly in a way.
mhm,
I don't want just adults to like my work. I want everybody to like connect to my work. So that's the reason why I created this character that just it's just weird in a way, but at the same time it will make you smile or sometimes even laugh when you look at it. I mean, that's how I think.
Mm.
I think it's very quirky. Your
Yeah.
character, your recurring character. I've seen this character in many paintings. Sometimes they're really very small, very tiny, but you see them in your paintings, and they always look quirky and funny.
Yes, which is I want it to look like. Because I don't want if someone's looking at my work, I don't want them to feel like it's really negative because the music that I listen to is really dreamlike type of music. So I want them to be on that zone or that happy moment rather than put that negative energy on my work.
mhm. Okay, so I really like that. It's I think this is for everybody. Bon, I'd like to say hello to Bon, who's watching us right now on YouTube. Hello, Bon. Thank you for always tuning in to Brush with Artists every Thursday. Bon said, in creating art content, does it present only now, or would you like your message to be timeless? So I guess this is something for everybody to answer. So
That's
I'm
a
gonna post
beautiful
it as well.
question. Mm-mm.
Uh, so, so what do you think, Danny? Do you want your message to be timeless or more in the now?
I think my work is actually for the future rather than not right now because I
Mhm.
use a lot of like futuristic and sometimes nostalgic. So it's not really just for now, it's
Mhm.
also for the future or in a later, you know,
Generation.
yeah, generation or
For
whatever.
the future
So
generation.
yeah, I don't
Yeah.
stay on the now. I always think and moving forward, which is like this piece is actually says moving forward in a way.
Mhm. I really do like when you said that you incorporated some Mari elements in it because
Mm.
I'm a fan of coasters, as Fab knows very well. I'm a little OC when it comes to water on the table, so I like collecting coasters for myself. And one of the things that I actually do buy every time I travel are coasters, and the coasters in New Zealand are really really nice, and they have
Yes.
all of these beautiful designs. And I have one right now with
Mm.
me actually, and they're kind of reminiscent of your work as well. Like when you take a look at it, this is the floral coasters that I have, but when you see, there's so many elements that I can see for every
Yeah, it's really
single yeah. And I see that also in some of the schools that I go to there. They do promote so much art in NZ, and I really
yeah.
it's amazing. So I'm going to be asking Leanne the same question that Bon asked. In creating art content, does it present only now, or would you like your message to be timeless? Leanne, you're on mute.
And you're on mute.
Ayan. The most common phrase of all, you're on mute.
Sorry. Okay, so gotta answer that. So of course, every artist's goal is for their art or the message of their art to be timeless. So yeah, I guess one of the um, one of my art's goal is or one of my art's message is to express infinity. Like there's some infinite possibilities, you know, when it comes to whatever you want,
Mm-mm.
and nothing is really limited. Like whatever you're in right now or whatever you're thinking of right now, like it's not the end of it. Like there's no
Mm-mm.
limit to what's out there. So
Yes.
so there's the word infinity, and of course timelessness is similar to that, or it's a synonym to to infinite possibilities, right?
Mhm. Mhm. I
Mhm.
agree. Yeah. So if you are, if since since we have you here anyway, we're gonna talk about the big cat. So in a trance, which I always forget what the title of this painting is because I always go the big cat. Okay,
The big cat is a title.
the big cat. There, the giant cat. Um, can you tell us a bit more
It's
about
the
this? I just
nickname.
realized this is a
The big
huge
cat.
painting.
Yeah. Actually, it's a signature piece. You know, because I've always been known to paint that cat, the
Mm.
hypnotized cat. Yeah.
Mhm.
So and then I
Mm-mm.
just sort of recalled it very recently because one of my friends, Valerio, who
Mhm.
happens to be not online right now, but you know, he's been asking me why is it that I'm not inviting him to Arts Talk PH. So hi Valerio, in case you're gonna watch this later on, I don't forget you. I always remember you. So he said that he was fascinated by the way I painted cats with those um, round
Mm-mm.
eyes.
Mhm.
So yeah, it started with that. Like I sort of recall the signature, like what people um, recognize about my art. The cat
Mm-mm.
with the round circles around the eyes. And then,
Yes.
yeah, I just sort of added the events that happened while I was making it, like when the Taal volcano erupted, and then what followed is what's happening right now, the coronavirus
Coronavirus.
pandemic. So I added the coronaviruses on the right side of the painting. So this painting is really more of a journey. Like I wasn't in a hurry to finish it. Like I was painting it as events go around me, and that's what's
Mm-mm.
this painting really special. So
Right.
it just so happened that you guys invited me to join this exhibit, and I chose this painting because this is kind of special. So
Yeah.
Yes.
To
And
go
it's
back to the
it really fits the narrative of Electric Youth, which is
exactly.
really, yeah. So when we were discussing the narrative, and I was inviting Leon to join the exhibition, she was like, "Okay, game." And then in my head, she, okay, so is she going to paint? Because we're gonna run out of time, and I know she paints like big pieces. And then she gave us the cat, aka the big cat.
so
Yeah,
happy,
literally,
aka
I
in a
the cat.
trance, aka the giant cat.
Yeah, seriously, guys. So this was part of a combination of different series that I've created. So
Mm-hmm.
the Flow series, and then the original psychedelic series that I used to create. So this is a very first series that I ever had, and then I combined it with the Flow series, which is the circles with different colors. That's what
Mm-mm.
it is, like fusion of all the different kind of styles that I've accumulated, over the years.
Mhm. I'm just sending a message to Ivy because I wish she could come back. Ivy, come back. There. So because we were talking about Fab was the one who picked the theme for this episode, and that's nature and music. So
Yes.
I'd like to know more about that. Maybe Fab can explain.
Yeah. So the reason we chose nature and music for this episode is because Ivy is Ivy's art is influenced greatly by nature, and she's also a surfer actually. And I was so surprised to see that we have a lot of common friends from the surf community, and I wanted her actually to talk more about the influence of her surf and her travels to her art, and then music
Ah,
because because as what was mentioned earlier, Kabnov and Lean's piece, there are also elements of nature, but they're mostly inspired by by the music that they really like. Like with Kabnov, lo-fi music, and with Lean, it's psytrance.
mm.
So yeah, I wish Ivy would come back and join us again because I'd
He's
really
trying.
like
He's trying.
to see
Yeah,
I'll
her.
try it
let's
right
sing. I used to surf as well, so that's awesome.
now.
Anyways,
Yeah, I
PLD is
was saying
cool.
that if your art was a genre of music, what would it be and why?
Mm,
Do you think that your art, Lian, would still be psytrance if your art was a genre of music, or do you
I
think
think
it
so.
would be a different? You think so?
I think so. Yes, I think so because there is nothing else that I can think of. And secondary to that is trance.
Yeah.
mm,
Okay.
Yeah, so it's actually psytrance is a subgenre of
Of
trance.
trance. Yeah.
that's true. Yes,
Psytrance is
and there,
darker,
Mm-hmm.
darker and more underground than trance.
yeah,
We're already,
that is why
so I
there's
should have
a
invited
smaller
DJ.
community.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry.
We should have had it playing somewhere. And Danny, how about you? If your art was a your art was music, what genre would it be?
I think it's gonna be lo-fi as well because the thing is that's what I created from the beginning. So of course the visual presentation of that will be the same, like same thing as the lo-fi. It's gonna be the same genre.
Hmm. I'm gonna
Yes.
research what lo-fi is all about.
Yeah, Chandra, I'm gonna research now. Hey Google. I'm sorry. Oh
Lo-fi.
no, my phone. No, stop it.
Consult the
You're so funny,
You know
man.
how it is when you say that. When you say that,
Thank you
all
guys.
of the devices, all of the devices just light up when you say hey Google. All of the devices just light up,
that
and
is true.
they're
That
waiting for.
happens to my
Um, Mike is asking, just trans or for just this piece?
For me, oh my god, you're my friend. I'm not gonna answer that. How are you, Mike? Hope you're
no
fine.
mind.
You're fine.
Hope you're okay, Mike. Hope you're okay.
You're looking
Thank you for
great
tuning
as
in. Isn't it?
usual.
This is it's early. It's early in New York. What in the world are you
Yeah,
doing up this early? What are you?
he's
Yeah, well,
Mike is
um,
probably out gardening. That's probably what he's doing. He's probably out gardening right now. That's why he's up early.
That's such a tita thing to do. That's not tita, Mike.
so to answer your question, back to professional aspect of the
Mood.
story. Well, okay, back to serious mode. It's not just for this piece. It's for every piece of mine. Yeah.
Mike is
Yes.
so active in the morning. Please remind me not to wake him up in the future.
Thank you, Mike. We miss you. Come back to the Philippines with the coronavirus over.
Yeah, I hope that you can come back to the Philippines soon and we can hang out. Right.
That's true. He's
So
a DJ.
I did get a message from Ivy saying that she's trying right now to rejoin, but
Mm-mm.
I'm not sure if she's able
Yeah,
to.
because I want to hear more about her
Yeah,
story
about her work.
about surfing and the beach.
This is
Actually,
true.
yes. I want to hear about that.
But
There
anyway,
was a
before while we're waiting for Ivy, let me just show her work over here, which is
Mm-mm.
I've always felt like a butterfly.
Wow.
Just in case we don't hear from Ivy again tonight, at least we have her piece right here. So Fab, maybe Fab can take us through the piece once again. And
This is weird because I did this. I also did this during the launch.
yeah, she's trying to restart. So let me see. Hopefully we can still see her. We do have just a few more minutes to go. So Ivy, hurry
Mm.
up.
Yeah, Ivy, hurry up.
Ayan. Okay. Fab.
I'd really prefer if Ivy would talk about her piece this time. So to our audience, if you want to check out any of their works, it's up at artstockph.com. Let me plug. It's up at artstockph.com. So please check them out. You can also read more about our Electric Youth exhibit and our artists there. So don't forget to go to artstockph.com after this live session. I actually have a question for Leanne, Mary.
Ah, okay.
She's like, what's that? Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while
I've been
since
going.
we've actually hung out. There, me and Leanne are, and I'm curious, what's new with you now? Like, I know that you've been busy with commissions, but
Uh,
what are your plans in the coming months? Do you have exhibit coming up? Tell us more
Actually, I've
about other than your little bubble.
Yeah, I've been trying to complete my artwork for an exhibition in December. It's an art fair in
Mm.
LA. So,
Mm.
at first I was kind of like hesitant if I'm going to join or not because of the pandemic. So they're saying that there might not be a live show or a live art
Mm.
fair because of the coronavirus, of course, shit. So, like, I was kind of doubting if I'm gonna join or not.
Mm.
But I was thinking like, okay, what the hell? If it's gonna be online, then it means it's embracing the new normal, like what I'm doing now, like
Yeah.
locally. So
Yeah,
I
that's true.
did artwork. Here it is. Ah. Okay. So yeah.
Yeah.
I tried to. Okay. What's that? Oh. Okay. So I tried to create an art for that event, which is gonna happen in December. So I might
Mm.
eventually
Mhm.
attend it. Um, it's um, it's gonna be with Think Space Art, and and the
Mm.
show is gonna be in LA. So I'm not sure
Okay.
it's gonna be online or if there's gonna be an actual art fair. I'm still gonna get an update, but I'm already sure that I'm gonna join, whether it's online or they're gonna postpone the art fair or not. So yeah, so that's what I've been
Mm.
doing. Because plans have really changed since March.
Yeah.
Like all these events and schedules in place. I'm sure you can relate to that, right?
Oh yeah.
Like
Yes.
you have like your monthly event, like this is what you're gonna do this month,
Mm.
etc. And then all of a sudden, boom, there's the pandemic, and your life has changed all of a sudden. So that's what's basically happening to me. So I've been adjusting to the new normal. So Fab, you know that I don't like video interviews. I always hide during
Yes.
shows.
Yes, she
Like,
does. Yes, she does. That's
you
why.
know what?
That's why
I'm
I'm. That's why I'm
yeah,
really happy that you showed up. Really happy that
exactly.
you showed up. Thank you,
Because
Leanne.
yeah,
And
because you're pretty and you're telegenic. What are you talking about?
So
that is
So
true.
I
And I
don't
know
like.
several people who has a crush on her, and she's just like, no, I don't want video
I
interviews.
know that this
I
is
don't want.
not unfiltered, and we are waiting for Ivy, who may or may not still join us. But do you have a crush in the art industry?
Who?
Who?
Me?
Like,
No can relate to because she's wearing a mask, so I know that she doesn't want to expose herself. But then her art just forces her to be online, like facing you guys. Right, Kavna?
Mm.
Oh, diba? I knew
well, I
it.
just would like to say hello again to Bon. Bon said I
Hi,
miss hanging out at
Bon. Miss you,
galleries.
Bon.
Yes,
Yes.
we do miss hanging out in galleries too. That used to be kind of a Saturday thing for me, and now, uh, even 3 day weekends don't make sense anymore.
Yeah,
But
seriously, seriously. I mean, having exhibitions, when you're an artist, like you paint in isolation, right? Like you stay in your studio, you
Mm.
paint all by yourself. Like you don't want any distraction and all that shit. And then the next part is to go to your exhibition, meet people,
Mm.
hug your friends, say hello, meet new friends, right? Kav? No, oh, she's nodding.
Oh yeah.
Like I miss
Yeah.
that,
I
you know.
met Gabdov in an exhibit opening. So
yeah,
Exactly.
you see, there are a lot of things that you get out of an actual exhibit opening, which is kind of something that we all miss, I would say. But at the same time, what happened actually pushed a lot of art companies and art galleries to go digital, which I think
Yeah.
is something that we should have done even before the pandemic, right, Mary?
yeah.
And
Exactly. Well,
there are a lot of doing it
sorry.
abroad. There, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go
Well,
ahead.
I sold a lot of my art online, to be honest. Not
Yeah,
with
same.
help with the help of any gallery. Well,
Yeah.
with a
I actually know
few
I know that for a fact. Yes.
with a few
You're
exceptions. So my message to all artists is not to limit yourself to one platform.
Galleries.
Like, be open to different kinds of platform, not only to the traditional, which is the gallery setting. I mean, of course, the galleries are part of the ecosystem, so we must respect that,
yeah.
and they have their own lineup of collectors, and we value
Mm.
that. So it's just an addition, but then we must also be open to our individual efforts, which
Mm-mm.
is going to help us a lot as an artist.
Mm.
True.
I totally
There.
agree. I totally
Yeah,
Amen to that.
we really in any profession, I think that's the case. Like in any profession, we need to make sure that we are always open to new things, always open to learning new things. Oh my goodness, I think Ivy's back. Give me a second.
is she I
Ivy, we will take this.
Yay!
We will take this time to have you talk
Hey,
about.
Ivy!
Um, can you talk about? I've always felt like a butterfly while we have you here. Kasi baka mamaya mawala ka ulit.
PLD's fault, man.
I
Ivy.
know.
Oh no. Oh
Ivy,
no.
oh no.
There she is. Okay. Ivy, we give you the floor. The hypothetical floor. Yes, please tell us more about I've always felt like a butterfly. Hello, Ivy. Ivy, can you hear me?
Hi. Yes.
Hi there. There. Yes, please.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Yes, please tell us more.
Oh my
Tell us more
gosh,
about I've always felt
sorry.
like a butterfly.
Okay. I hope I don't get disconnected.
No, you
Sige,
won't.
go
No, you
lang.
won't. No, you won't.
Wait, can you guys hear me? Sorry, I think I'm lagging.
Yes, we can. We can hear you.
Yeah.
Okay. Sige. I'll just speak and then bahala na if I get disconnected.
Oo, sige. Tama
So,
yun. Good plan.
this piece, um, so the one, well, how do I think this artist is very it's really like an intuitive process, and
Mhm.
are doing in
Is it just me? I can't hear Ivy anymore. Ivy, I can't hear you anymore. Ayan. Can you start again?
you
Hello,
guys hear.
Ivy. Yeah, yeah, go ahead.
Dapat pala inuna ko si Ivy kanina.
Oo nga pala. Oo nga, no?
There. So,
That's
but
okay.
anyway, so guys,
We're going to schedule. Let's schedule
we
Ivy
will.
for an earlier unfiltered episode so that, yeah, we'll push her to an earlier date so that
Mhm.
she can have the chance to explain her artwork. I'd
Yep.
really love to hear the story behind her piece because all of her pieces are very intuitive. So just like what she mentioned, it's very
Mhm.
abstract expressionism. It's like a dance actually when she creates one. So
Mhm.
yeah, we'll do a one-on-one with her soon. So stay tuned for
Okay.
that.
All right. So just to give you guys a recap, for this episode, we have got three of our amazing artists with their artwork right now. Party Trick by Cabnov. We have I've Always Felt Like a Butterfly by Ivy Pangilinan. And In a Trance by Leanne Storm. So when you get a chance, just go to artstockph.com and visit our website to see more of their art and to also collect art for yourself. Now, if you would like to get a copy of this presentation that we have today, just go ahead and type in bit.ly/BWA S2E4 and you can get that copy as well. Alrighty. So
Mm.
with that, I would like to thank all of you, including Ivy. Hello, Ivy. Thank you for joining us for this week's episode. And
Thank
next
you,
week,
ladies,
Fab,
for joining us.
I'm not sure who we are having for next week.
Okay, for next week, we will be joined by Kiara Gan, Astrid Moscoso, and Paolo Bucelas. So we will be talking more about their academic, ooh, because they're all studying right now, academic life and their art careers. So that's going to be interesting. So
Yeah.
for the people in the audience who are also studying, this is going to be a really cool topic that we've not discussed before, because most of the artists that we've been featuring are either full-time artists or artists that are already working. So yeah,
Mhm.
please join us next week.
There.
All
So
right.
once again, everybody, thank you again for joining us. Please check out
Thank
the
you,
latest exhibit
guys.
called Electric Youth and just go to Artstock PH for that. Thank you again and have a great rest of the week and weekend. Bye bye.
Thank you, Marian. Five. Good job.
Thank you,
Bye.
ladies.